I'm just being in a way silly, but I'm also being truthful. This is something that I explained before, and I have exposed Jeremy several times of being a racist. And I think it was interesting when I guess he reviewed this movie called I Am a Racist. And there were people calling him a racist. I'm like, I've been calling this dude a racist for years. And I never watched that review. I only saw the beginning part, and he was like shocked how no one knew who this guy is. I'm thinking, only way that you know who people who do hate channels are is you watch them a lot. Because a normal person would have literally no clue who this person is. So that's another way that Jeremy exposed himself. But what made me want to do this video, I don't know. I just, see these thumbnails. I don't click them. It's always usual. Any Star Wars or a Marvel TV show on Disney. They're like, oh my gosh, it's a disaster. Oh my gosh, it's awful. While they're trying to, what do they call it? Uh, uh, Something rage bomb the review or something, and doing fake reviews for it on certain websites or something that I don't even go to. Um, and it made me think about this. And it kind of makes me think of, and again, like I said, it's like the Trump era. That's where you can really see how dumb Trump supporters are. There's these things where, I'll say real quickly, and then I'll get into, what I want to bring up again about Jeremy, about, when he exposed himself for being a racist. This is me just going over it again in a second. It's kind of like there's these things about, people who call themselves MAGA Republicans are like shocked by what Trump's doing. And I'm like, everything he's doing now, he did this last time he was in office. You cannot act like you're shocked. I mean, you couldn't tell this guy was a racist, and all the things that he's doing wrong, like in putting America in debt after firing thousands of people. But anyways, and the thing is, like I said, everything. The thing where I said, I thought the most craziest thing is when he was president, I've never seen it in my life, is people wearing masks, dragging people in unmarked cars. It was because of a protest thing. And how he sends, and I also noticed that the fact that he sends the army for a protest he disagrees with, but not for January 6th. I already knew that, but I'm just saying is he did all this last time. He started inflation, all this last time. None of this is different. He's being more extreme about it, but in the same time, it's just like, it's the same thing and nothing gets done. And, all I'm saying is, this is not a shocker. So Jeremy being a racist is not a shocker. So I'm just going to bring next. I was thinking about, anyways, get back on it. I was seeing those thumbnails for them trying to be upset about this show called Ironheart or something. I kind of watch it, and it takes me a while to watch it because I'm not really into kids shows. So I won't be on the internet whining about anything. It's okay, but like I said, I only like The Boys. I'm not no grown ass adult complaining about no kids show. I think all the shows that I've ever liked is The Boys. That's it. I'm not really a TV show person. That's why I couldn't review any episode, because I'm not paying too much attention to kid stuff. But anyways, but it reminded me of like I haven't looked, but I imagine like Jeremy wouldn't review it. I said certain about things I know about the Jeremy and Chris. He won't review movies that are hated by hate groups. He just won't review them at all. And Jeremy, he was just like, act like it's the end of the world kind of stuff, and act like he's so like annoyed. And then he'll do another, like, if you're annoyed by an episode, you don't like something, why are you keep watching it? That's people hate. They like do that. But anyways, get on to the point. My favorite thing about Jeremy exposing himself, he exposed himself so many times. I was just thinking about it, when he was trying to attack this one called Equal Eye or something, for some kind of Star Wars show. He kept doing videos after videos, and I was responding to each one of his episode reviews, and I'm pretty sure it's on his channel. And he was like saying something like, it was like he was asking like the duh questions that even a moron should be able to figure out, even though he is a dumb moron racist. So he has that little extra thing where I can't figure it out, because racists are the dumbest people I've ever seen in my life, but morons can at least figure this out. He was asking, by episode 2 or something, he was like, so why is the guy in the bar acting like, did you give the poison? And they're like, why is he doing that? And I'm like, I'm doing a response, I'm just like, and I'm just like saying it because he's a bad guy. And then he was like asking all these questions, like acts like he's so confused every episode until it got to the episode when something big was revealed. I think that was episode 5, the badass show right there. That was the best lightsaber fight I've ever seen because heads got chopped off, heads snapped, heads got chopped off. That is what I've been waiting for a real Star Wars. Because the best lightsaber fight I've seen, honestly, it was the it was the popcorn one with the girl, and they were fighting these red people in a red suit or something. Otherwise, but that was the best lightsaber scene. And he was trying to act like he was upset by episode, and he says, like, we all saw this coming. I mean, it was like, duh, because he was the guy asking these questions about, I mean, like, it was obvious he was asking these questions about the poison in the bar, and I'm like, and I did a video, so you notice how he's acting like, oh, this was all duh, when he had no clue, asking a whole bunch of dumb questions. But I don't know how to explain it, but he was like acting like, oh, he knew the whole time because I knew when he was asking these questions. I knew when this and that. I'm like, no, all those things. I can't remember what else it was. But all those things, dude, you were acting like you were confused. You had no clue. So, anyways, I figured it out, I figured it out by the episode before then, which is obvious, like more obvious that who else could it be, so, but he was like, by the episode, he was like, trying, oh, of course, duh, we all know it's him when you're just, yeah, okay, yeah. So, and when I kept usually talking about like shows and movies that Jeremy gives credit to only people of his color, one was Terminator Dark Fate. I couldn't really remember the other one, but it was actually the Equal Eye, whatever it's called. That was another one that he gives credit to every single person except the ones of color. And I forgot what else he was saying through his, whining videos on each episode. But he was like, I think he was trying to say that the girl on The Matrix should have more of a scene when she dies in the first episode. And I said on that video, it's like, a normal person would know that she's going to have flashbacks. It's going to get you to understand why this happens. But he tried to act like she's bigger than everyone else in the movie because everyone else had color to their skin. But he just backtracks, and that's one of those things. I'm like, it's kind of like when German. The point is the way German was backtracking when he got to like episode 4 review. He's like, oh, we all know when he was asking so many dumb questions before. That's kind of crap where it's weird that people would want to really feed in and listen to someone. Kind of like IGN calling 28 years later amazing. It's like, that's when you start taking people like that serious. It's probably more than one person IGN reviewing, so usually you can run an idiot like that where some idiot was trying to say that last Ghost Rider movie was great or something on IGN. But I'm just saying that. And I heard other things about IGN getting sued or something for copying off of someone else's review, or they had to fire someone. I don't care. That's no big deal. I don't really care at all if someone does that. But the point is I wanted to bring it up because that's just like one of those things that's like, it's hard to take anyone serious when they play dumb and then they act like they're smart later, like they figure it out when, because I remember now, I'm sorry. Because I was like, really, because I'm pretty sure it's on this channel, because I was really like, I really did enjoy my video because I was like, and I was saying it all over each episode and I was able to use it. I said, you have to let the story continue on to get answers or something. There was a different word I was using. And now when answers start coming, you're like, oh, I knew now. Now, see, I've been knowing this whole time. I was like, no, you didn't. That's how I remember now my video. Because I kept saying, through each one of his episodes until he got to like episode 4 where he started talking about, I knew the whole time. It's just, you get answers as the story goes on. That's every show. But the thing is, I could never, and I was really defending that show, but the thing is, I couldn't defend that show after 2 more episodes later where I forgot what they did. I think they did too much flashbacks, and then the ending I didn't care for. So it was just like, it was good to me to all the way to episode 5, and I think went up to episode 8. And then I think that backstory about the little girl was just too boring, and I just didn't care. So, but yeah, that show was going really good until after episode 5. I think I was okay with episode 6. I think, I'm not 100% sure. But then it was just like, yeah. Oh yeah, I remember they did a flash. I remember, yeah, it was that flashback that really is like, I can't defend this show now, so it's forgettable. But that episode 5 was off the chain that he was trying to pretend like he hated. And other YouTubers, that's what I was talking about. It's just weird how people's bias will get them. Because I did say that in my last video about Batman v Superman. I was one of those people saying we should boycott Batman v Superman. And after I came out of the movie, I said, guys, you're gonna be shocked, but boy, did I enjoy this movie. And and I was weird out seeing people trying to attack it, and especially like Jeremy or Chris guys saying what they should have done, which was like, what? No. And I don't feel like going over that again, but it's some mind blowing, stupid crap. All right, peace. I gotta go.